You're listening to the Washington State Real Estate Investing Podcast. This episode is sponsored by Deese Real Estate and Property Management. Deese Real Estate specializes in helping out-of-town and local investors in the Spokane area buy profitable properties while having a little fun along the way, and is probably the best agent and property management company in Spokane. For more information, go to www.deeserealestate.com and follow Deese Real Estate on Instagram and TikTok. If you would like to grow your network, support, and be a sponsor of the Washington State Real Estate Investing Podcast, please reach out to us and find out more information about sponsorship opportunities at wsreip.com. What's up, everyone? I'm your host, Jeff Udick, back with another great episode here on the Washington State Real Estate Investing Podcast. If you've been a frequent listener to the podcast, you know my wife and I have been in the middle of an insane rehab season. We were supposed to only rehab 2 properties this year and instead ended up rehabbing 5. You can listen to back episodes to get the full story on those. I am excited to announce, though, we're down to just 1 rehab right now, which is freeing up more time from just a week ago when we were juggling 3. We finished up a 2-bed, 1-bath update that was listed and rented within about a week of finishing, and we turned 1 unit into a short-term rental. Our first time dipping our toes into that investing strategy, and it's on the market now, so we're excited to see how that does coming this fall and winter season. With the rehab slowing down, it's giving me some time to refocus on the podcast, and I'm excited to have a strong lineup of guests for us in the coming weeks and months. And of course, we are constantly on the lookout for more conversations, so please reach out to us if you want to share your story. We have a TikTok account now to get some behind the scenes videos of the podcast and other insights into what we do. If you are a TikToker, you can follow us at WSREIP or on Instagram at G3 Homes. That's our real estate investing handle, G3 Homes. We're also now uploading our podcast to YouTube, so you can listen there, and hopefully it makes it a bit easier to share files to friends and fellow investors. I'll make sure links to all of that is in the show notes as well. Also, I'm honored that at the end of this month, the end of August, I will be presenting at a meetup in Spokane. The real estate meetup is going to be taking place on Thursday, the 25th. For more information, see the show notes below. I'm excited to be presenting on your passion, mindset, and growth, talking about what are some of the things we need as business owners inside of real estate. And we're going to be going through and walking through some of the ideas around building business, because that's really what real estate investing is we are building businesses. So I'm excited to do that. You can find out more in the show notes as well. But hopefully, if you're in the Spokane area, you can join me at that REI meetup where I'm going to be presenting. Excited about that. And that brings us to today's episode with Kelly Clark. Kelly is an investor in the greater Spokane market and talks about how she mentor hacked her way into real estate investing and now is finding ways to give back to the investing community by running an REI network group and helping to organize the first ever Coeur d'Alene Real Estate Investors Summit happening this October, focused on helping connect investors across the Pacific Northwest. I hope you enjoyed this episode with Kelly Clark. And with that, on with the show. All right, welcome back to another episode of the Washington State Real Estate Investing Podcast. I'm so excited to be joined today by Kelly Clark out of Spokane. Kelly, thank you for being here with us today, sharing your story and talking about your journey in real estate. And we're going to get into one of your passions, which is supporting other realtors. So Kelly, thank you for being here. Tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of your investing journey so far.
Yeah, my investing journey is actually pretty short because I only got into the industry about 3 years ago.
Awesome.
But I wanted to sort of quickly jump into it. I know for most people or a lot of people it makes sense to go slowly, but I'm not that type of person. So I actually mentor hacked. And I know people do house hacking where they buy one side of a duplex, live in the other, rent it out the other half, that kind of thing. But I wanted to accelerate my real estate education and activity, so I mentor hacked. I found a mentor, only I got him to pay me. And the way I did that is I went to work for him as like admin, property manager, really anything that he needed. So I got to see inside of his business. He's actually he's based out of Coeur d'Alene, does a lot of work in Washington and Coeur d'Alene since we're so close to that eastern border. And so, I would see him do something and I would say, okay, but why are you doing that? Or why am I doing it this way? And I just was constantly picking his brain about real estate investing. And since he had so much experience and was a mentor, he's a very good teacher and he knows how to train people. So that I felt just like really accelerated my career. I also was working part-time for another investor, and they were doing fix and flips and things like that. So I got to see inside of their business and ask a lot of questions, and also got paid by them. So I think that's what really got me launched. It was one thing, to study investing, to be on Bigger Pockets, read a bunch, all that kind of stuff. But until I got to put my fingers into other people's businesses and the way they thought, what they did, why they did, what they didn't do. I mean, the deals they walked away from, and stuff like that. That was super valuable.
All right. Mentor hacking. This is a new one to me. So I'm trying to wrap my brain around this for a second. You got paid to be mentored.
Yes.
And you had,
I did.
So you were working as you were supporting a property manager, a property management company. And then you also had a part-time job with somebody doing fix and flips. So you're learning all these little pieces of the investing game and getting paid to do it. How great is that?
Yes. Yeah. So the mentor, he had several revenue streams. He was buying and selling properties. He had about 30 doors at the time, and he got paid to mentor people.
Wow.
So I got to see lots of different types of investing and things like that.
So where are you now, a couple of years into your investing journey? Are you long-term? Are you flipping and are you fixing and flipping? What are you focused on now?
I am doing some private money lending. I have some money lent out right now. I have more money burning a hole in my pocket that I want to get out into the marketplace. I'm looking for some buy and holds, preferably small multifamilies in the Spokane-ish area. So that's what I'm focused on right now. I have worked with another investor where we really were focused on wholesaling. We also did some lease options. We did flips. So I got a ton of experience in working with other investors. And in these last 3 years, I've actually never worked by myself. I've always worked with somebody. And it just was such a valuable experience. Even from the get-go, I would see things in, say, the mentor's business, and I would say, okay, well, why are you doing it that way? And it gave him pause to think, well, here's an outsider, an inexperienced person. He's like, oh yeah, why am I doing it? Because I've always done it that way. And so I've just seen such a value, even a new person contributing to an experienced person, and definitely vice versa. Oh my gosh, I've learned so much from the people I've gotten to work with, but I never want to work alone in a business. I've just found too much value in working with others.
Yeah, that collaborative experience. No matter where you are in your business journey, that collaborative experience is so critical. And we find that even I think in real estate, as I'm trying to say this, it's kind of interesting. I don't know if you can work alone in real estate because you're going to have to collaborate with a contractor. You're going to have to collaborate with a real estate agent. You're going to have to collaborate with a property manager. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. There's probably a pretty good chance you don't have all of the skill sets. And so what does that look like, and how do you learn to collaborate with others? And it could be at the private money side, it could be on the equity side of things. So I think that is such a critical skill that a lot of times I think gets overlooked, is this ability to both allow information to come in and also be able to support and help others in their growth as well, right? That's what true collaboration is when you're trying to find that collaborative partner, especially in real estate. So I really love that. As you were saying, I was like, I don't know if I've ever done real estate by myself. Like we're really like, we know our realtor and we've got our contractor. And, every time we go to Spokane, we bring our contractor smoked salmon from Pike's Place because he loves it. And so we keep him happy and we build those relationships and keep that collaboration strong because we need a good contractor. It's the little things. With all of your mentor hacking strategy, I just love that. You're blowing my mind with that one. Find a way to get paid to be mentored. If you get nothing out of this episode, find a way to get paid to be mentored if you're starting out. But with that, you are also very passionate about helping other investors. And by that, you run a real estate investing group that meets monthly. Do you want to talk a little bit about that in the Spokane area?
Yes. So in summer 2019, I said, that's it. I'm jumping into investing full time. So another step in accelerating my investing career was 3 months later, I started a networking group.
Okay.
And it was totally selfish of me to do that because I thought, well, I need to talk with experts. I want to hear from their experiences. I can hunt them all down, buy them coffee, lunch, dinner, beer, whatever it is. But realistically, the best and the brightest around here may or may not take a meeting with me for an hour. But I thought, well, if I reserve a room somewhere and I give them a platform and invite as many interested people as I can find, I bet you I can be booked out with speakers. And that's 100% true. Like right now, I have my meeting. I have speakers booked through March of 2023. And now it's August of 2023. So I have too many great speakers and not enough months in the year, which is a great problem to have. Yeah. So I started these REI meetings in the Spokane area totally for me. And it turns out other people benefit from their expert knowledge as well. And they're just the networking opportunities. I mean, I've met so many amazing people who have been so valuable to my investing business. And I strive to help others in their investing business as well. So I put up a website, REInetworking.com. And it's the 4 local REI groups in North Idaho and Spokane area.
Okay.
And each group's run by a different person. But I just wanted to support everybody's group around here. And so I just strive to invest in others and their success and their business and their goals. And being a local resource has been really beneficial.
And then do the different groups meet on different days? Is it always a set time and date in a set location? If somebody wanted to join these groups, and we'll make sure there's a link to every place you can go to actually see the groups and see the calendar. But do I just show up? Do I have to register ahead of time? How does that work if I'm new to this?
Every group is show up. Okay. No RSV. Every group is free. Every group meets consistently, same location, same time. And the way these 4 groups have staggered, there's one group that meets the first week of the month. There's a different group, different location, meets the second week of the month. My group meets the third week of the month, and the last group meets the last week of the month.
Okay.
So literally in North Idaho, Eastern Washington, you can go to a real estate investing group for free, hear a local expert, just show up if it works out every week of the month.
Wow. And how many people usually show up to the meetups? Like what's your average attendee?
I would say it's about 50 people.
Wow. That's great.
For the Coeur d'Alene group. There's my group in Spokane Valley. There's another group in Spokane Valley. A Sandpoint group I haven't been to. It's a bit far away for me to drive. There may be 50 people there, maybe 30. Okay. I hear it's a great group, but it's certainly a significant number of people.
Yeah. Awesome. And with that, you are also starting to expand this and you are helping to support a real estate summit in Coeur d'Alene this fall. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? This sounds exciting.
Yes, I am working with 2 other investors, a married dynamic duo, Larry Gill and Mariska Pilch and I are putting on a real estate investor conference for our area. It happens to be not in Washington, just outside of Washington, in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, in October. We do have a number of Washington people, both West Side and East Side, that are coming. And so it's really for this whole area. And we haven't heard of a conference in this area. Like, no one's ever said, oh, I remember back in the day there was a conference. So we're like, well, let's just go for it and see what happens.
I love that.
So we've invited, I think we have about a dozen national speakers.
Wow.
So while these monthly REI groups have local experts, our conference has national speakers. So I might not get to Arizona as much as I want to, or Ohio or Florida or Texas or Boston or wherever, to hear some of their local experts. So we are bringing those local experts to Coeur d'Alene, October 21st and 22nd.
Yeah, we'll make sure the website is in the link to the show notes as well. But I just pulled up the website, and the list of speakers you have lined up is pretty exciting. I have to say, There's some names on here that even I recognize. I mean, I don't recognize all of them, but I recognize a few of them, and I'm like, this could be some fun. And what's your idea with the conference? Is it like sit and get sessions for an hour? What's kind of the overall makeup of how the conference is going to run?
We're really trying to have sort of something for everyone. For example, I am leading a Real Estate 101 workshop. So people who are like, I'm thinking about it, or I did one deal, brand new, like, I can totally help you out. And then we have people who in 1984 started investing. So they're way ahead of the curve, and they have very high-end tactics, big deals, all that kind of stuff. So we have speakers who are going to address those types of people. So it's, and everybody in between. So we have our Friday evening starts out with a happy hour networking time. We go to introduction of all our speakers. So you can kind of see who's who, what's what, figure out, what sessions you may want to go to, and then a couple of keynotes. Saturday morning is a number of the kind of high-end speakers in terms of their following and their experience, all that kind of stuff. Lunch is included. And then the afternoon, I think we end up with 12 different workshop options.
Okay.
So you have a bunch of choices. So if you really want to hone in on something, mobile home parks, or the accounting for real estate investors, or landlord tenant laws, or any number of topics, you can really drill down with expert on that. And then we conclude with a boat cruise around Lake Coeur d'Alene.
Ooh, wow. I like the networking aspects. Yeah, I love the networking aspects. That's such a critical piece to conferences, is making sure that you get that opportunity, if you want to go in and build those relationships, start talking to others. You never know where those conversations lead. It's taking place at the Best Western in Coeur d'Alene, Best Western Plus on Coeur d'Alene. We will make sure that all of the information is in the show notes for those of you that are interested. Right now, the price is $245 until September 15th. And then at September 15th, that's going to jump up to $260. So you're going to want to get in soon on this and make sure you get registered for the conference. Again, that is October 21st and 22nd. So set your calendar. It's a great way to spend a weekend. Fall in Coeur d'Alene. I don't know if it gets any better than fall in Coeur d'Alene.
No, it doesn't.
Such a beautiful, beautiful place. What a great time to be doing a conference. It's, weather should be hopefully gorgeous. Good fall weather. We get a good long summer here. So that's great.
Yeah. Can I give your listeners a discount code if they want a $50 discount?
That'd be great.
To the conference? Yeah. Just my name, Kelly, 50. If they want to save $50. So the pricing right now through September 15th is the $245. So if they want to drop that down to $195, then they enter Kelly 50 as the promo code, and boom. And that Kelly 50 will last all, until the conference starts.
Great.
So if they can't, commit to a buy now because they don't know their October schedule,
Sure.
that Kelly 50 will always work.
Awesome. And that's KELLY 50.
Yes.
Kelly 50, all one
Yes.
word. We get you a $50 discount to the conference. That's fantastic. Well, Kelly, thank you so much for coming on the podcast and sharing your mentor hacking. I love this idea of mentor hacking. You've got me thinking now, how can I get paid and learn at the same time? I've got to figure out a way to do that as well. And again, we will have all the links to the summits around the Spokane area and the Coeur dAlene Real Estate Investing Summit that is coming up in October. You'll be able to find all of that in the show notes. And we'll make sure we mention this on upcoming podcasts when we get there too, because I really do think it's a great way for us to connect. And that's really what this show is about, is just helping people to connect, to find those resources they need, do a little mentoring, if you will, in the meantime. That's kind of why I run the podcast. This is mentoring for me. I get to talk to people, and this is how I do my mentoring. I don't get paid for it. I'm paying a little bit out of pocket to run the podcast, but at the end of the day, it's pretty close to zero. So we all have our ways of finding our mentors. Find a way to find your mentor, and if you can get paid into it, like Kelly did, man, that's as good as house hacking. I love it. So Kelly, thank you so much for spending time with us today. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you at the next summit.
Yes, I can't wait. I hope everybody can join us.